Hi, Jude. Hi, Princey. Hi, Paul and Keegan and Santo. You guys, there's a question on the board that you can get started with. It's practicing the stuff that we did on, oh, what's today? Today's Wednesday. The stuff that we did on Monday. So you can give it a go. Try your best. And if you have answers, maybe wait a little bit. You can tell me what they are, but maybe don't put them in the chats just yet while we wait for people to join. But you've still got some time now. And if you're confused at all, just let me know. I'm happy to explain something to you. Jude, we have another puzzle later in today's lesson. We'll see if you can maintain your crown or if it's going to be stolen from you. Hello. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, if you're starting to get answers, you're welcome to start putting them in the chat if you'd like to. We're just going to wait a few more minutes because we're going to wait for everyone to join, and it's not 5 yet. If there's anything you don't understand, just let me know, ask away. I'm happy to explain it to you. Hi, Canva.
Hi, ma'am.
And and then we'll go through it when everyone's here and once everyone's had a try. We're going to be doing lots of different sort of word sums like this one today. So it's the same maths that we've been doing for the last 3 lessons. We're just going to put them into story sums because sometimes that's what confuses people, that you know how to do the maths. And so then it's sad when you lose marks just because of words. I didn't get that, Keegan. I think you may have used the full width instead of not the full width. I don't want to give away too much. I know this one is a bit nastier because we're dealing with decimals, but decimals are a part of our lives. Come by, also didn't get that. Yeah, I did get that though. I do have a sad face next to it. Okay, we just had quite a few people who just joined. Hello, everyone. I know it's just after 5, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to work through this. Those of you who have been working on it and maybe didn't get the right answer, try a few different things, see if you can get to where you're needing to get to. Tiamo has put the right answer in the chats. The answer is definitely 1.2. So if you're not getting 1.2, then you are making a mistake. And then I'd like you to try something else. Just remember that when you're putting in that perpendicular height, remember what it does to the width of the tent. But I'm going to give you a couple more minutes. Did anyone else feel like today was very long? I felt like the day took a long time. Each lesson was long. And I know that that sometimes happens on a Wednesday, but did anyone else feel like that? Or did you have a nice day? Did it go quickly? How did your days go? Yeah. Same. It's so long. It felt so long. Oh, come on, I'm very jealous. I was in a lesson and we'd been talking and teaching. And I thought, sure, about half an hour must have gone past. And I looked at the clock and it had only been 10 minutes. Yes, I know. But we needed to go slowly before your exams. And then it can go fast after that. No, it's okay. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 more minute. So I'm going to give you until 5:05, and then we are going to go through this question together. We're going to see how it goes. All right. Oh, no, sorry, not quite 5 past. Trying to see, I keep on thinking time is moving, and it's not. Oh, my cat's joining us. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to turn my video off and flip the screen around, then we can get going. Okay, so like I said earlier, for those of you who weren't here yet, today's lesson, we're going to be doing lots and lots of story sums. So things like this, where I know you know how to do the maths, but often when it's put in words, it messes everyone up. And so it's really important that we know how to do these story sums, because they definitely are going to put a couple in your tests or exams. And I don't want you to lose marks when I know you know what to do. Okay, so we're going to break it up nice and slowly. And we're going to see what happens. A tent has side lengths of 1.5 meters. So that's meaning basically, obviously this tent is sort of curved a little bit, but we're going to pretend that we've got a nice straight sides of my triangles. Okay. And they're telling us that those are 1.5 meters. Okay. And because both of the sides are 1.5 meters, we are creating an isosceles angle. They also have told us that the width is 1,8 meters. Okay, so that's the triangle that has been created. Now, if I drew it away from the tent, oh, what happened there? If I drew it away from the tent, it would look something like this. This side would be equal to this side. This is 1.5, this is 1.5, and this is 1,8. Now, they would like to know what the height of the tent is. So basically, from that vertex down to the base, they want to know what that height is. So from that vertex down to the base, that's our height. And so we're going to use this triangle here. Well, you can use either triangle because they're congruent to each other. Remember, congruent means the same in every way. And we're going to say our hypotenuse, so 1.5 squared. And now if this whole width is 1,8, that means that just half of it is going to be 0,9 and the other half is going to be 0,9. So that's going to be equal to 0,9 squared plus h squared. And then we have to give our reason, Pythagoras. Okay. And then we can put that into the calculator. So 1,5 squared, and I'm going to move it over, sorry, minus 0,9 squared is equal to h squared, which gives us 1,44. And so when we square root it, we'll end up getting 1,2 meters. Okay. Who landed up getting this one right? Let me know. Doesn't matter if it wasn't your first go, if it was maybe in your second attempt, who landed up getting the answer of 1,2? Let me know. Sorry, guys, I just dropped everything. Did no one else get 1,2? Ah, okay. Great. Okay. Well, let's move on to our next question. Okay. So, second question. How high will a ladder that is 2.5 meters long reach up a tree if it stands with its base 0,7 meters from the tree? Now, I know you're going to be like, please, can you put things in the picture? And I'm not going to, because I really want you to read through this question and try and figure out what things are going to be. My recommendation to you is get your piece of paper, try and draw what you think the triangle is going to look like and put the values where you think they need to be. If you need help or I'm here, just let me know. Okay, and when you're happy with your answers, then start putting them in the chat for me. Oh, we've got an answer from Jude. I'm not going to tell you if you're right just yet. I'm just going to give some others a chance to get there. Ooh, two different answers. I can confirm that one of the answers in the chat is correct. Mm-hmm. So now we have 3 people who are on 2,52 and 2 people who are on 2,4. And I can tell you that one of those answers is right. Now it's 3-3. Oh, we've got a team of 2,4 and we've got a team of 2,52. Oh, now we've got a team of 2,5. Okay, I'm going to give you one more minute. And then we're going to see which team is right. Okay, so let's first start by trying to put these words into our picture. How high will a ladder that is 2.5 meters long? Okay, so our ladder, that's our ladder. Our ladder is 2.5 meters long. How high will it reach up a tree? So we're trying to figure out what this distance is here because that's reaching up the tree. If it stands with its base 0,7 meters from the tree. Okay, so if I was to redraw that triangle, it would look something like this. 90 degrees, x, 2.5, 0,7. Okay, so if your triangle looked like that, that's a really good place to have started. Now we're going to write it up the way that we always do. So our hypotenuse squared is equal to our one side squared plus our other side squared. And then we're going to give our reason. Okay, so I'm going to move the 0,7 squared over. And I'm going to chuck that into my calculator. And I get an answer of 5,76 is equal to x squared. And so the square root of that is 2,4. And so all of you who are on 2,4, well done. Your team is the correct team. Brownie points for you. Can those of you who got 2,52, because there were quite a few of you who did that, do you see where you went wrong? Can someone tell me which sort of where along this path yours starts looking a little bit different?
I added instead of minusing.
Minusing. Yeah, okay. Okay. So you know what sometimes happens, and I don't know if you did this in particular, but you divided 0. Oh, okay. We'll talk about that now. Okay, also divided the 0,7. So the first mistake that came up, which is a really, really common mistake, is to plus there instead of minus. And sometimes that happens when we try and rush and we try and do 2 steps in one. And I know that writing this whole line up sometimes feels frustrating because you're like, well, I know I'm going to just move it over. But the reason we always write it up is because it stops us from making a mistake. It's like a fail safe for us. And in maths, sometimes when it may take a little bit longer, but it helps us in the long run. Okay, the dividing by the 0,7, We're only going to do a division in our base if we're looking at an isosceles triangle and we're only wanting to look at half of that isosceles triangle. If we're looking at the full triangle, so like this is all the information we have, then we're not going to divide it at all. Okay. All right, let's make our way into question 3. Oh, no, you know what? Before we jump into question 3, no problem. I'm going to pass on Tula's just going to give you guys a little announcement and sort of talk things through now instead of at the end of the lesson. So I'm just going to pass on to him for a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for that. Hi, everyone. So I'm just going to quickly give you, I'm just going to quickly show you, let me just do this. I'm just going to quickly share my screen, and I want to show you what we'll be doing next week because I won't be able to show you at the end of this lesson. So just so you go and you prepare and you know what you're coming for on Monday. And if you have time, you can go on the app and just check things out. So you know that today's the 20th. It's our 4th lesson for Pythagoras. And this is what we're doing, the Miss Pythagoras questions. And so we're wrapping up with Pythagoras. We're basically done with it. And then, which is great. And then from Monday on the 25th of October, we'll be doing measurement, and we'll be doing perimeter of shapes specifically on the 25th of October. And then on the Wednesday, we'll be doing circumference of a circle. And it's not just these 2 lessons, there's a bunch of lessons that are going to happen, but I just wanted to show you just for next week. And then on Monday, I'm going to give you the whole lesson plan so that you see what we'll be doing, which I think is going to be for like the next 3-4 weeks or something like that. So
3 weeks,
yeah, for the next 3 weeks. So just make sure that you're prepared maybe for perimeter of shapes. Of course, by prepared, I just mean just think about it if you can, maybe quickly check it out on your textbook. Even if you haven't done it in school, you can still come to the lesson and we'll be starting it from the top. On the Watobe app, you can go to pick a topic and go to area and perimeter and then just check it out. Of course, on the actual lesson from Monday, I'll give you specific places to go within the area and perimeter to get your homework and everything. But for now, just go over here and just browse and just, watch a couple of videos where you can, just to have an idea of what's happening. And then, that's it. Let me not disturb the lesson further. Let me stop sharing now. If you guys get any questions, just type them on there and then I'll just respond to you through text so I don't disturb the flow of the lesson. But yeah, that's it from me. Thanks, Ms. Chi.
Cool, no problem.
Cheers, everyone.
Okay, does anyone have any questions? Are you feeling okay about that? I'm very excited to do area and perimeter. It's a fun section. All the circles. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now this one I will admit it feels confusing because there's a lot of things drawn, but I tried to make it as simplified as I could. You want to make a wooden gate that is 1 meter wide, 2.5 meter or 2.4 meters high, and has a cross brace to stop the free end from moving down. Okay. Approximately what length of wood would you need for this cross brace? I'm not going to help you a huge amount, but I am going to tell you. So this is the gate that you're looking at. This over here, that would be called our cross brace. That's the help I'm giving. Okay, and you're imagining it. This is like a gate that's standing upright. So like imagine down here you had grass. And that's the gate that you're looking at. So the tree. Look how beautiful that tree is. Okay. All right. Give this question your best go. It's okay, Sia. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, we've got our first answer that's come in. We seem to be getting in the same area. Okay, let's start going through this question. Okay, so let's try and read through the question and put things in step by step. Okay, so it is 1 meter wide. So 1 meter wide and 2.5 meters high. Oh, I keep on saying 2.5, but it's 2.4. So our triangle looks something like this: 2.4 and 1 meter. And we are trying to find that cross brace over there, which would be x. Okay, so x squared is equal to 2.4 squared plus 1 squared, Pythagoras. Okay, and then we chuck that into our calculator. So 1 squared plus 2.4 squared gives us 6.76. That's okay. Thanks for letting us know. And when we square root 6.76, we get an answer of 2.6. Okay, let me just double check that for those of you who got a slightly different answer. Definitely 2.6. Okay, a completely different triangle. Okay, that's okay. Did you potentially draw this triangle here? Did you draw a triangle that looked like that and have 1 meter, 2.4 and x? Did yours look like that one?
No, ma'am. My triangle was a full triangle, and then I drew a line like in the middle and made a 90-degree angle.
But where is this full triangle in the picture though?
I don't know. That's the picture I got in my mind.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, we need to potentially work on your art skills. We'll get there. If your triangle looked something like this, or if it looked like the orange one or the yellow one, then that's great. If you have a full triangle with the the line coming down, I'm not sure which triangle you were using, but I like the creativity. So let's go with it. It's good. It's good. Okay, so we have done our first 3 questions. It's time for a riddle. So get your paper ready, get your pen ready. So far, our champions are Zinclair and Jude. Let's see if either of them can be beaten. I'm about to put it up. Get ready. Where's my riddle? Where's it gone? Oh, it moved. Okay. All right. Tell me my answer. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Ma'am, is the answer 51?
Nope. Natasha! Yes! We've got our first answer. Okay, Natasha, can you, let's kind of walk it through. Well done, though. That was so fast. Clearly, I'm making these too easy for you guys. I'm going to have to make it harder from next week. Okay. Well done. Let's go through this step by step. Those of you who are like saying 70, I'm sure you're like, how the hell is it 15? But we're going to go through it. Okay. So the apples each must be 10. Okay, because 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30. So we know that this apple here is 10. Then the lemon, so this is 10, and the lemons are the same as each other. So the lemons must each be 5, because 5 plus 5 plus 10 gives us 20. So now we know that that's 5. And we know that this is 5 here. And we have to get 5, we have to get to 9, which means that this banana must be 1, and this banana must be 1, and this banana must be 1, and that banana must be 1, because there's 2 bananas, right? And so now here we had 2 bananas, but now we only have 1 banana. So that's going to be worth 1. And so we have 1 times 10, which is 10, plus 5, which is 15. Well done. Excellent. Super, super good.
Ma'am, I didn't see the 2 bananas.
I was trying to trick you.
Ma'am, you always do this to me.
But I have to. Otherwise I make it too easy. It's okay, Loretta. Thank you for letting me know. Just you remember whenever I give these to you that you need to look at them carefully. You need to say, well, what's it going to be? Because I go into it knowing that I'm going to trick you. Okay, but well done, Natasha. You did that so fast. That was really, really great. Well done. You know what? You did it so fast. I'm going to give you guys another riddle. Hold on. Okay. This one's going to be a little bit different. This is not a question riddle. Well, I mean, it's not a picture riddle. So let's see if someone can figure out. I'm going to write it out. It's not very long. Use 8. Well, let me write 8. 8s. Oh, let's say using 8 8s and only addition get 1,000. So how can I get 1,000? By only using 8 8s and only using addition. Maybe I should write this out a little bit better way. How can you get 1,000 by only using 8 8s and addition? Okay, so you're allowed to use your calculators if you're wanting to help you. And you can put 8s together. So like I could put 2 8s together and that would be 88. But then I've used 2 8s. So like 88, I've used 2 8s. But you can put them together to make a number like that. So how can you get 1,000 by only using 8 8s and addition? Zinhle has recrowned herself. That was insanely fast. And Jude was right there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Our champions are coming in strong. That is absolutely right. We have 888 plus 88 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. 8 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a nice question to give to your friends, but tell them they're not allowed to use their calculators and see if anyone can get it. Test them. And then let's see how smart they can feel. So how can you get 1,000 by only using 8 8s and addition? I can't believe how quickly Zinhle and Jude got that. Did anyone even get close, or had anyone even started trying? Nakumoka, that number was going to be so much bigger than 1,000 because you were adding 8,888. You gave him after reading it. Oh, Sia, we're going to have to work on you. Okay. All right. Let's try and get our heads back into Pythagoras mode. Sinclair was too fast. Too fast. Okay. We have, I think we've got 4 more questions to go, and then we may end a little bit earlier today, but that's okay. This one's quite a big question. So this one I took out of an end of year test, grade 9 end of year test, well, exam. And so I thought it was, you're already solving it. So smart. I thought it would be a good one for you to try. So this question would be out of, you did it today. Oh my goodness. So do you have all the answers? How did you do this question? Anyway, it's going to be out of 6 marks. So let's see how many marks everyone can get for it. And yeah, I'm not going to give you any help. I want you to read the whole question by yourself, and then I want you to answer it. And once you are happy with your answers, you can put them in the chat or you can keep them to yourselves. And we're going to go through it and we're going to see if anyone can end up getting 6 out of 6. Hopefully Sia will get 6 out of 6 since he did this today. Okay. Well, I still expect 6 out of 6 now. Okay, I'm not going to say if answers are right or wrong, just because I want everyone to sort of try this themselves. But thank you for sharing. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little bit longer because I'm seeing answers coming in for OQ, which is great. And some different answers. So we'll see some are right, some are wrong. Seems like the decimals are getting to a few people. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to give you all one more minute. Mhm. Okay, let's go through the step by step. Let's see how you did in the first question. So question 1, determine the length of OQ. So we're trying to determine this length over here. So our hypotenuse squared is going to be, we're going to be working in this triangle over here. Okay, so 15 squared is going to be equal to 12 squared plus OQ squared because of Pythagoras. Now I'm going to move that 12 squared over, and that's going to be equal to OQ squared. So 15 squared minus 12 squared is going to give us 81, which means that OQ, what am I writing? Is equal to 9 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly where the marks are going to work. You would get 1 mark for having that full setup line and the reason. So if you sort of jump steps, basically like if you write this step, but as long as you have your reason in the first line, that's okay. Okay, so that's a mark for having the correct setup and for having your reason. Then you would get a mark for, depending on how you've done it, your teacher would work around with what you've done. You would definitely get a mark for having your 9 centimeters. Some teachers may give a separate mark for the reason, and some teachers may give a mark for the working out. But if yours looks like that, then you should be sitting on 3 out of 3. So far, how many do we have who got 3 out of 3, or who got 2 out of 3, or 1 out of 3, or 0 out of 3? Let me know how this question went before we move on to question 2. Nice, Princey. Excellent. Good. Good. Cool. Okay, so from here, we need to recognize that those little lines are telling us that OQ is the same as NO, which means that well done, Adora, it's a good mark. We know that that's also 9 centimeters over there. And now we're wanting to find you are lost. Okay, do you want more time, or do you want me to carry on going through it?
Maybe you can carry on.
Okay. So we know because of these 2 lines here and these 2 lines over here that they're telling us that those 2 distances are the same as each other. So we know that NO is 9 centimeters, and we're trying to figure out what MO is. Okay, so now we're looking at this red triangle over here. And so now our hypotenuse is what we don't know, and that's going to be equal to 6 squared plus 9 squared because of Pythagoras. Remember to write the whole of Pythagoras's name. Don't just write Pythag. And so MO squared is going to be 117, which means MO is going to be 10,8166. And now the great question of the decimals. They specifically asked for 2 decimal places. So if you've gotten the wrong rounding off here, you would definitely lose a mark. MO is equal to 10,8. Now that 1, we're going to look at the number next to it, and it's a 6. A 6 is bigger than 5, which means that 1 becomes a 2. And so our final answer is 10,82. Well done to those of you who got it. On MP. Oh my goodness. I didn't want you to work on MP. You made your life so much more difficult. Oh, you did. You really did. Okay, so marks wise here, again, a mark for your sentence and for your reason, a mark for your working out, and a mark for your answer. I'm hoping we have some people on 6 out of 6 now, but I have a feeling we have some 5 out of 6s because of decimal places. Oh, we were looking for the wrong line. Okay. Do you understand the 2 decimal places now? Oh, Sia, it even said in words, round off to 2 decimal places. But it's okay. Just don't do it in the next question. Okay, let's have a look at our next. Does anyone need to sit here? Can I move on to question 5? Decimals, guys, decimals. We gotta get on board with these. Even though it was written. Okay. Oh, I've got 2 commas chilling in this question. Let's get rid of one of those commas. To find the length of a lake, you have taken the measurements shown in the sketch. That's the sketch on the right. Calculate the length of the lake. So I know that this doesn't really look like a lake, but this is the lake over here. And that's our lake. I want the length of that lake. And I'm going to say round off to 2 decimal places.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, you call it rounded off to oh, you
To
call
do
it
this.
rounded off, yes, ma'am, because the ounce is 60. You call it-
So that you still can. It's just it's gonna look silly.
How?
Yeah, I'm trying to trick you. I'm trying to see if anyone will write it. How I'm asking. Okay. So I wanted to put this question in because sometimes it comes in tests and exams, and it's you don't know what to write if you get a whole number. Okay, if they specifically ask to have 2 decimal places in the question, we have to give 2 decimal places. So let's have a look at this question. So we can see the triangle that we're using is this one over here. So we've got this hypotenuse of 61 and we've got a side of 11. And so I can say 61 squared is equal to 11 squared plus, let's make the length x squared, Pythagoras. Okay, so I'm going to move that 11 over. And when we have 61 squared minus 11 squared, we land up getting 3,600, which is equal to x squared, which means x is equal to 60. So a lot of you got there, which is amazing. Okay. Now, the reason I'm saying I was trying to trick you is because we have a whole number, but the question asked us to give it in 2 decimal places. And so we have to do something which seems quite silly, but we would say the length is therefore equal to 60,00 meters, because we have to give 2 decimal places if they ask for 2 decimal places. It's the same as sometimes you might get an answer which only rounds up to 1 decimal place. So like, let's say your answer was 7,5, but they asked specifically for 2 decimal places, we would put a 0 there. So it's just a silly thing, but just something I thought we should chat about in case it comes up in any of your tests that are coming up at some point. It is rare, but it does sometimes pop up. Okay, let's have a look at question 6. Oh, this one's got a nasty side part to it. Okay, I think you'll all find A nice and easy, and then B is a little bit trickier. But let's see how it goes. So yeah, maybe it's just because where it's like a quieter environment than a classroom. Let's go with that. I'm sure they're doing their best. Okay, we got some answers coming in for A. Now let's have a look and see how B goes. Two different answers. Two very different answers. You can only choose one. You've got to choose one or the other. Okay, let's start going through this. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so A, how high does it reach at the wall? So basically we're looking at that value there. So we're looking at AP, which is this one over here. Okay, so we're going to have our hypotenuse squared is equal to one side squared plus our other side squared, and our reason Pythagoras. I'm sure you're all sick of writing Pythagoras by now. Don't worry, it's our last Pythagoras lesson. Although we do use Pythagoras in perimeter, so you will be seeing some more of Pythagoras next week. But I'll keep it to a minimum because we've done so much together now. Okay, so 3969 is equal to x squared, which means x is going to be 63. Now, in this case, we've called x x on our picture, but just be careful in a test situation if they've asked for AP or if they've asked for a height, we do need to give another sentence saying the height is 63 meters or centimeters. What are we on? Centimeters. Okay. We have to just, because of what they asked for, they didn't actually ask us for x. So we just need to be careful with how we answer. Okay. Does anyone need a little bit extra time for B still? Okay, sure. Okay, let's try go through B. So now it's saying in this question, it's saying that how far will the top move down the wall if its foot moves 17 centimeters further from the wall? So basically, it's moving like this, okay? And this extra bit over here is an extra 17 centimeters. So it's moved another 17 centimeters away, which means now this distance down here, it was 16, but now it's going to be 16 plus 17, which is 33 centimeters. So it's moved 30, that now that whole distance at the bottom is 33. Okay. And we are trying to figure out how far its top moved down. So basically, we're trying to figure out that little distance over there. Now, in order to us figure out that distance, we have to figure out this distance over here. So this part over here, and that's how we're going to start. So we still have the same, our stick is still 65 centimeters. So we've still got 65 centimeters squared. And now that's going to be equal to y squared plus 33 centimeters squared because of Pythagoras. Okay. And so now we can say 65 squared minus 33 squared is equal to y squared. So 65 squared minus 33 squared, which is 3136 equal to y squared, which means y is going to be equal to 56. Okay, so now this distance here is 56. So a couple of you got to 56, but now this is where the trick part of this question comes in. They're not asking for that. They're asking how far will it move down the wall? They're asking for this. How far did it move down? Okay, and we know that up at that point there at P, that was 63, and now down here, it's 56. So how far did it move down? It moved down 63 minus 56, which gives us 7 centimeters. That was the trick part of the question. So quite a few of you got to here, which was the 56, which is great, but you missed the trick in the question, which is why I said it was a tough one. Did anyone end up getting 7? I didn't see any in the comments. I didn't think. Oh, no, there we go. I think Keegan got 7. Did Keegan? Am I just making this up? I feel like I saw Keegan with 7. Yes, Keegan did get 7. Nice. Well done, Keegan. You were the only one to not fall for my trap. Nice job. All right, guys, we have got one more question for the night, and then we are done with Pythagoras, and we can put Pythagoras behind us. And I've put a sneaky little question in here, which kind of prepares you for where we're moving into next week. Some of you may be able to do it already from class. Some of you may not be able to do it. I don't want you to panic if you can't do question B, but I know everyone can definitely do question A, and you can probably do it quite nice and quickly. And so that will give us a little bit of time to talk about B. Okay, so we're trying to figure out what that hypotenuse of the triangle is. Okay, so let's talk through this first question. So let's talk through A. So we're looking for the hypotenuse. I'm going to call it X. We've got X squared is equal to 5 squared plus 9 squared Pythagoras. Oh, it's a very aggressive T. Let's just calm it down a little bit. Okay, so X squared is going to be equal to 106. I'm hoping a few people got here. And then we're going to square root that 106. Look, Wong, would you have a question? No? Yes?
No, ma'am.
Oh, sorry, I just saw the hand up. Okay, so X is going to be the square root of 106, which is going to be 10,2956. Now, if we were rounding this up to 2 decimal places, I see lots of people have fallen for the trap. The number that is after the 9 is a 5, and if it's 5 or above, then it affects the number before it. And so if we were working to 2 decimal places, we would say 2,30. If we were working to 1 decimal place, it would be 2,3, because that 9 would make the 2 go up. And if we were working to 3 decimal places, the 6 would make the 5 go up. So it would be 10,296. Okay, those of you who have done area will be able to do this. But if you haven't done area, I don't want you to panic, because we're going to talk about it a lot in the coming weeks. The area of a circle is something called pi, which we're going to talk about in our lesson soon. Radius squared, that is how we work out our area. And so this was just like a little extra question for anyone who had already done it. If you have no idea of any numbers that are happening on your screen right now, please do not panic. We will talk about them all next week. But I just wanted to put it there for those who wanted to give it a try. And if you did get that, you should have gotten an answer of 83,32. And it would be in centimeters squared. So if this panics you, don't even look at it. We'll talk about it next week. And that brings us to the end of Pythagoras. And Tula has already spoken to you all about everything that he needed to speak to you about. So sorry, you're staring at my ceiling. I have nothing more that I need to tell you. And you can all enjoy your evening and go and have a lovely weekend. And I will see you on Monday. And we'll do perimeter of different shapes on Monday. But have a lovely weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, I know. The whole paper being Pythagoras would be great. Oh, the leaderboard. So the leaderboard, I'm sure Tula will bring it up first thing on Monday. I'll ask him to make sure he does a leaderboard for Pythagoras on Monday.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Okay, I'm thinking the people who are still here are struggling to leave, so I'm just going to help you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just slowly removing you, okay? Bye-bye.